Get it rolling.
Oh,
Emergency.
Okay. Emergency alert, alert, alert. Goodness gracious. This is show. We don't even know the number. Oh, what's that sound? You got the, you're shaking your little Celtics cup there, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. This is CNC Emergency NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Two teams here. I'm a little outnumbered today. We got a very special guest, super pumped to have on, and it's not the first person I'm going to introduce. Sir Treaticus, Mr. Celtics Mayor, how you doing out there today?
Oh, I'm great. Number 18. I feel it.
You wish you were 18. I heard that very loud and clear. I am KingBrett, Sir Mavericks fan, Sir Captain of the Dallas Mavericks. Wonderful, beautiful bearded host. And I got to say all these positive things because it's about to not get so positive.
We're going to take it easy.
Our very special guest, first time I've ever been with you live, Tandy, man.
Tandy!
Let's go.
All right.
Very to have you on, man. Thank you for taking time away from all your Celtics worshiping and joining us.
Well, I appreciate you guys sending out the invite, and I know it's a very special time. It's a very special time, not only for Celtics fans, but also for Mavericks fans. The best time of the year. It's Christmas for NBA fans coming up.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Thursday night. We're looking forward to it.
That's right, man. I can't wait. And, we got to be, we talked about this a little bit in the green room, a little shocked that the Mavs are there. How you feeling, King?
I mean, let's face it, you're not a real diehard Mavs fan unless you're always shocked when we're in the finals. Like, we never just know. We're not it's not like we've been in there 1,000 times. We don't have 18 championships. We're on our run to get 18, starting with this one and our previous one. We're building up baby steps as one of my favorite movies. What about Bob? Dude, but we're excited, man. It's like we're here. It's basketball time, like Tandy said. Like, this is it. This is unwrapping your gifts as a kid. If you're a Mavs fan or if you're an anti-Celtics fan, you're an honorary Mavs fan.
That's exactly right.
We're just pumped to be here. We're excited for this series.
So what about you, Brett? Are you a Celtics hater during the regular season or just a Celtics hater for the finals?
Bro, what a great question. And I hope I don't get in trouble for this for all our fans out there. I'm not a Celtics hater. I actually like the Celtics. I was rooting for them last year. Sir Treaticus.
There we go.
While he was in Dallas, we were celebrating, high-fiving together. I'm a Celtics fan, but for this finals, I would like to see them lose. I'm not saying I don't want anyone to get hurt or dance. I want a good fought series, and I just want to win. At the end of the day, I want us to just have one more game than you, and then I'm going to celebrate with you. I'll sing a Mavs shirt. It'll be great. It's going to be fun.
Well, and we were together last year when Derek White hit that game winner against the Heat.
And we went nuts.
We were watching that
bumping,
together.
High-fiving.
Yep.
So, nothing but love until we get to, the championship.
Well, and so the Celtics were expected to be here, but, there's always that fear, right, Tandy? Like, can this team live up to the expectations? Which it's a little crazy, the expectations, but I'm as guilty as anybody.
Well, it's true. It's true. And especially when you have such an overpowered team during the regular season and you just manage to get it done. And also Celtics fans, Boston fans are just like ruthless in their fandom. Yeah. And we got so close a couple of years ago that you almost feel like, man, they have to get it done now. And there's certain storylines as a Boston fan. And I think that's probably why other fans hate Boston fans, because it's like, what are you guys complaining about? Like, you have all these championships in other sports, and like you guys seem to always be in the finals of a certain sport. So what are you all just complaining about? But I think that's just how it is as a Boston fan and definitely the Celtics fan, just because we got so close to like the top of the mountain and just felt the air come out of the balloon, and all the FUD came out, and the doubt, and split up Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They can't play together. And now, and there's a lot of storylines even now about even things. I mean, the ESPN, I talk about this on my show, like they always they got to grab something, they're not just they're not going to be vanilla. It's got to be like, oh, well, who's the Batman and who's Robin? Like,
who cares?
Jason Tatum wasn't smiling hard enough when Jaylen Brown won the MVP. This guy just makes stuff up. So anyway, but there's a lot of that kind of anxiety, I got to admit, because if the Celtics can't get it done, it's going to feel like a real gut punch. It's not going to feel like, I mean, I don't want to downplay other teams. I don't know what it's like for a Mavericks fan, for example, but like, as of what happened in the regular season, the Celtics are now in the finals. If they can't get it done, it's kind of going to feel like a failure. Whereas if I'm a Mavericks fan, I'm going to be just like pleasantly surprised, maybe. I don't know. Like, if it doesn't happen for you, I'll be like, well, shit, we got to the finals. Like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Is that the feeling, King?
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking about, the Nuggets, how like everyone thought the Nuggets were going to be here, and they had this team, and everyone built teams to play the Nuggets. And, we're not going to be, first of all, we're not going to lose. Yep. But in the hypothetical world that everyone else is living in on this call, if we did lose, there's no way we're not winning next year. Our team's only going to get better. Well, I get Oklahoma. We still got to beat Oklahoma, but we did it once. Yeah. We can do it again.
And that's interesting because there's the two teams that were like kind of captured everybody's imagination in the West, right? OKC and Minnesota just kind of had this. Both those teams at some point in the playoffs when they were winning, you're like, these guys are unstoppable. They're young, they're hungry, kind of eye of the tiger kind of thing. And how did you beat those guys? Did you? I mean, I'm still a little bit shocked that you beat those guys.
Well, I mean, first of all, injuries, right? We have injuries, they have injuries. But, dude, Luka and Kyrie are playing some of their best basketball ever.
They really are, yeah.
And where a lot of teams have one star on their team that has to carry that team, we have two or three or four, depending on how you look at it and how diehard of a Mavs fan you are, right?
Right.
You could think Lively is our hero. And, I mean, he went out like everyone's freaked out, right?
Right.
It's one of those things that our team is playing some of their best basketball. We're getting a little luck on our side, and our stars, when they have to perform, are performing. And so that's what's scary about y'all. Because
here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let me ask you a very important question, Brett. Can I ask you a very important question?
Yes, I do love queso.
All right, yeah. The question is, would you get a Kyrie Irving piercing in your right ear with a big Navajo feather hanging out, and you got to wear it for, like, I don't know, 6 months if it means the Mavericks win the finals?
Absolutely.
Yeah, not even a question.
Not even a question. Now, if you would have said tattoo, I would have had to think about it.
If is there any is there anything you wouldn't pierce for a championship?
I mean, some things I already have pierced, and that's a segment.
Oh,
let's CNC after dark, folks.
Alpha.
What could it be?
What is
my eyebrow?
What does Brett have pierced?
But I have to say, on the lines of what we were really talking about, though, y'all have more to lose, right? At the end of the day, you're expected to be here. You're expected to win. You're still expected to just roll over the Mavericks, who have had a very hard-fought battle all the way to the finals.
Right.
We are, movie 300, trial-tested, battle-approved. Like, we're coming for a serious game. We're coming for a heavy-hitting, pushing-around game. And, it'll be interesting to see if y'all get KP, if he is back, if he is, how's he feel? Like, there's so many questions. It makes it very exciting,
I think he's back. As far as I can tell, he's expected to be back. And I think one of the things that's interesting is, like, the moves you guys made to get
Gafford,
my boy Gafford and PJ.
Yeah.
It really, and I think I noticed it right after that trade, the Celtics and the Mavs played. The Mavs lost, but there was a stretch there in that game. I can't remember when it was regular season right after that trade where I went, wow, because PJ was hitting some threes and Gafford was a beast in the middle, and I thought this is a team to be reckoned with. And it kind of took a little bit, but man, that they really have figured this thing out with that group.
Yeah, man. I think even if you're a Mavs hater, I think you have to admit, like, when you see PJ get into the corner towards the end of the game, you're like, shit. I mean, sorry. Beep. You're like, it's going in. I already know. Like, you know, Kyrie is going to come alive in the fourth quarter. You know, if you upset Luka and he complains enough to the refs, and then he gets upset at the refs, and then he gets upset at the fans, he's going to finally be unstoppable.
Has he always been that fiery? Has he always been?
Prepare yourself now. He will be complaining the whole series. So don't let me hear you complain later. I told you in advance.
Yeah.
He's going to complain.
Has he always been that fiery, like just talking? I mean, just barking it. Was it Rudy Gobert?
You know what? Like, I've actually watched some like stuff of him like as a kid growing up playing his first like young professional game. And I feel like the NBA has really helped Luka come alive in that aspect. Because he wasn't really, if you watch early games, he didn't complain as much. He's not as vocal. Right. And now, like, I think it's the player that he's got to be. Maybe take away some complaining, but he's got to be that guy for us. He's got to be fiery and upset and got his tongue out and running down the court or saying like this whole move.
That's why people love him, though. I mean, they love watching the show. That's the whole thing.
They do. Who cries more, Tandy? Tatum or Luka?
I think Luka.
Even I would say Luka.
But they both cry way too much.
Now, who cries more, Luka or Mono Ginobili? I might go with Mono on that one.
Yeah.
You remember him. Y'all probably don't know. Y'all didn't keep track of it.
I remember. Yeah.
I think we got years on you, Brett. But anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I'm also curious about is just what is going to be the key matchup and what is going to be the reason that one of these teams wins or loses, because I think that going into these series, especially because I'm not no like master analyst or something, I'm not going to be able to tell you what the chess match is going to be. But one thing I know is that when the Mavericks were facing the Timberwolves, the Timberwolves at any given time have a couple of people who like can't nail threes, you know, like you got Gobert out there. I forget who the other guy is, but they're not like the Celtics don't have a single player that can't punish you with a 3-pointer. And so that to me is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting how they swap people onto Luka and onto Kyrie on the defensive end. But at the same time, like we can, and all the analysts can figure out these type of things ahead of time. It's not going to mean anything until we actually see what happens on the court. Yeah. And the other thing I would also add is like the biggest variable with these two teams is the 3-pointer, I think. So it's like any night you have an off night, you're losing that game pretty much. Yeah. So it's it's crazy what the NBA has become in that regard, where it truly is just like a make or miss league. It wasn't like that. You didn't used to be like that. You used to have like guys who would pound it in the paint, have like guys who would dominate in that area. That just doesn't exist anymore. So
that's what I yell every game, Tandy. Take it to the boards, drive it to the mid, go. Why are you shooting it?
Yeah.
You know, let me ask y'all a question, right? Luka, he's going to be a big part of this whole series.
Yep.
Who would you like to see? Who do you think is the best matchup guarding Luka?
I think that, Derek White is a fantastic defender. Obviously, like Brown and Tatum are both pretty long. I feel like any of those guys would probably do it. And I imagine, I mean, I'm almost sure about it, that with a guy like Luka, who's pretty much unstoppable, like they're just going to throw the kitchen sink at them. And pretty much, I think that what they're probably going to do is say, let Luka score, basically. Let him score. We're just going to stop Kyrie and everyone else as best as we can, because you're not going to stop Luka. Like Luka, you could have the best defensive team in the league. The Timberwolves are a great defensive team. And Luka made them look like JV. I mean,
shooting over Gobert, like it was ridiculous.
He's too good. And as Celtics fans, I remember games too when Luka made us look stupid. Like when Luka, I mean, in that slow motion shot, like in the corner, I forget, it's like a Christmas game or something. He just nailed it right in our faces. He's too good. You can't do anything against Luka. You can throw your whole team at him. It doesn't matter. So it's just try to limit other people. Let him get his 36. Limit the other players.
And I think where they're going to struggle, like you're saying, Tandy, is defensively. Even Luka and Kyrie can, be exploited. I mean, I don't know what kind of defender PJ Washington is, but they just, the Celtics defense is stout, and the Mavs just isn't. Now, and then if you get into up and down game, right, where it does come down to who's going to make those threes, I do think our defense is going to make it a little tougher on the Mavericks to score. I'm not saying we can stop them, but I think that pays dividends in a long series, right? When your defense is better, and I think the Celtics defense is clearly better.
But my only counterpoint to that, if we think about what the T-Wolves looked like versus the Nuggets, the T-Wolves were locking the Nuggets down like crazy. So I wasn't catching all those games with the Mavs versus the T-Wolves, but going into that series, I thought, man, the T-Wolves defense is so strong. Anthony Edwards is him. He is the face of this league. They have all this momentum, and then the Mavericks just smack them around. So when you were watching those games, Brett, what did you see? Because everyone was on the T-Wolves bandwagon, thinking that defense was going to stop the Mavs, and I feel like it could be sort of a similar narrative that's happening right now. And again, you just don't know what's going to happen until they play the game. But what did you see with that Timberwolves defense?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the scary thing about where we are as Mavs fans is it's like things are just happening, right? Because like you said, we were like, what are you talking? Minnesota is one of the best defenses, especially the end of the season. They were playing amazing defense.
Right.
And watching them against the Nuggets, you're like, holy crap. Like, okay. But, I think it's just the fact that Luka is Luka, and no matter how good your defense is, you're always going to want to put a second body on him, switch off late on him. There's always going to be that open guy. And I think we beat ourselves on the offensive end and help defensive more than we have in the past. And what I mean by that is we make our own mistakes. Like we had more turnovers in the Minnesota. We were like, I don't even know. I'm probably wrong. It felt like 12 a game plus. Like Luka turned to one game and had 5 turnovers in the first half, right? And it's because we're always trying to throw the alley-oop or make the cross-court pass, unlike a lot of teams who are making the quick pass to open guys up. So I think it's about driving it to the middle and getting y'all worried that we're going to take it and try to get those fouls and get your guys in foul trouble. And I think that's the way we're going to open up those 3-point shots and make y'all commit more people to the paint. I think that's the only way it's going to work because y'all are such a strong defensive team.
But I don't think – I know the Wolves were the number 1 rated defense, but you talk about Towns. I mean, Gobert obviously is, year in, year out potential defensive player of the year. But Conley, Towns, Derek White, and what would be and Tatum, right? I mean, I guess Anthony Edwards is a good defender, but it just seems like, except for Kristaps, which he's long, he's not Gobert, obviously. But if you compare those other 4, the Celtics 4, I mean, Drew, Derek, Tatum, and Brown are just, I think, head and shoulders against better than the Timberwolves defense. Just, per person.
That's why I don't think we're going to sweep y'all. I think it's going to at least going to go 6. It's going 7.
I'll give you 6.
So
if you're lucky.
And everything's bigger in Texas, so that rounds up to 7.
But and look here, I think it's going to come down to Drew Holiday. I really do. I mean, if he, because he's he's going to be a defensive beast, but if he's shooting the ball well, we really are unstoppable because he's been kind of on and off all year, right? I mean, he's had some flat runs where it just didn't seem like he had it. But man, he's picked it up, and I think he's going to be the difference in the series.
Well, you saw it in the last series. He won. He basically single-handedly won one of those games against the Pacers.
He did.
So I think also the question is, and Brett, you were saying how the Mavs had some games where they were just turning the ball over so much. That as a Mavs fan, I'd be a little concerned about that because I feel like the Celtics can really punish you if you're making a bunch of dumb turnovers.
Yeah, y'all are quick, you're fast, you're not dumb players. Like y'all, when you get the balls out, y'all are, yeah.
Because that was the difference against the Pacers, and like no disrespect to the Pacers, they played their hearts out, and like no one saw them coming. No one saw what's the name again? Nemhart. Nemhart. No one saw that guy like making the leap that he did, and it almost feels like by the way, it's funny because it almost feels like the same situation that happened in Sacramento, where all of a sudden this guard shows up and he's like just as good as Halliburton apparently, and they're like, all right, I guess we can ship Halliburton now. I don't think they're gonna do that. But the point is, you saw how the Pacers coughed away those games. There's just too many dumb turnovers at the end of the game. So the Celtics make you pay. At this point, they have that mental fortitude of like a more mature team that's been there, and that's really what I'm hoping to see most of all. Because my awful memory of the Celtics versus the Warriors was they just felt like they weren't ready for the bright lights. And I know that's kind of a BS thing to say because some of these talking heads say things like that, and it's like, no, come on, that's not the way. That's not the way it works.
Yeah.
But it did sort of feel that way because we were dribbling off our feet. Like maybe we were just tired. I don't know what it was, or we were just like not experienced enough. But that to me, like I got to see a kind of maturity when we play this year in the finals. And I don't want to see those silly turnovers. I feel like it is going to be a turnover series. Whoever makes more silly turnovers is going to lose this series. In my opinion,
that's a good thought. Well, I think I'm seeing that from Jaylen Brown. Obviously, like he's definitely locked in and seems to have crossed over into this. You're not stopping us.
Yeah.
This is ours. And I think you're right in that. I mean, I saw the same thing. They got stiff. They were relaxed, having fun. They got stiff. And you ended up playing, it's Steph Curry. And at some point, those teams have been there, just can smell it. Like it's just like they know they're cracking. And you saw it with the Pacers, and especially was that game one.
And Jalen hit the corner three.
Yeah, like you saw it in the Pacers' faces and the Celtics. Like there is no reason for the Celtics to be confident right now, and then all of a sudden it's like, holy crap, we're going to win this. The Pacers are panicked because they're winning, and the Celtics are losing. And like, we're going to win this. You could just see it in their body language. And it was the same way with the Warriors, right? As Celtic fans were like, oh my God, we're so excited, we're beating them, but they were just calm, like, we got you guys.
Yeah, they're like, we don't care if this basket goes in, and then they make everything.
Yeah.
I watched that game, and I was like, I called it. I was like, they're acting like they don't want to win. I'm pretty sure Boston's going to win this game. And I don't know if this is allowed. I bet my friend, thank you for once. You won me $20. I bet that y'all would come back and win, and you did. Yeah. And he was like, there's no way. There's no way. And he gave me 20-1 odds, and I got $1.
And you got it.
20.
Yeah. Again, like we just saw really dumb turnovers. If the Pacers just held onto the ball, if they weren't so kind of like antsy, or not antsy, but like what's the word when you're putting and you got like what's it called?
Jitters.
The jitters. They were just full of jitters. They were passing it out of bounds at like the most key moments of the game, just making really dumb turnovers. They couldn't get an inbound pass in. Like you just don't see that on a more mature team.
Right.
And what you just said is that happened in Oklahoma City against us. Like there was games where they were up 5 with 6 seconds left, and we win a game.
Yeah,
they throw it out, we get it in, hit a key 3, get a foul, get a turnover. But I think at the end of the day, that's what makes me so excited about this series between the Mavs and the Celtics. Because if y'all are firing on all cylinders, y'all are almost unstoppable.
Yeah.
And if the Mavs are firing all cylinders, I feel like we are almost.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And we are both playing really good basketball right now.
Yeah.
Of course.
The big thing for me, and this is like my big hope, okay? Like, I know we're going to play great, but I feel our team right now is like junkyard dogs that have been fighting to live.
Yeah.
Fighting and scrapping, getting thrown, hit in the face, kicked in the nuts, knees in the back of the head, coming at us. And I haven't really seen one game like that for y'all where it's been really, really scrap for the whole series.
That's true.
And we come into that playing that way.
So
y'all are the pretty white boys that are coming from the college prep team. And I'm Duncanville, and I'm coming with an Arby.
You're Duncanville.
Show you tall, skinny white kids that have never been pulled over in your life. We're about to show you what's up because you don't know what's coming.
All right.
We're playing above and beyond. We're not. It's going to be a battle, and I am so excited.
I got you.
Until the day that we possibly lose, I'm going to talk so much smack every day. And at the end of it, no matter who wins, I'm still going to appreciate and love the Celtics because dude, your fan base, your team, like when the Mavs aren't in stuff, I root for y'all. Your team is such a great team. And I'm saying all these nice things to just
you're setting us up.
That we can still be friends.
You're setting us up. No, look, there's a little bit of that, I guess, with the Heat, right? Their physicality was, were trying to throw us off. Now the Kyrie storyline is interesting. I'm not a Kyrie hater. I'm a Kyrie fan. I noticed he posted something about that's not a reflection of him, and he kind of regrets maybe some of the things he said in Boston. But I do think people in Boston
he's gonna get hate.
Do not like Kyrie at all. That's going to be ugly.
Well, even for me and Tandy, I know you have more feelings about this because you're a true Celtics fan.
Mm-hmm.
So let me say this: I didn't like Kyrie until he came to the Mavs, and then once he did, I was like,
I love him.
I love it because it's about basketball. His off the court stuff,
dude,
that's totally different. Almost every player in the NBA you can like on the court, and if you know everything off the court, you might not like.
No,
right?
but when we got rid of Isaiah Thomas for Kyrie Irving, I was definitely sad. We got, who did we trade him away for? We traded Kyrie. No, we didn't trade him. When we lost Kyrie Irving to the Nets, right?
Yeah.
I was definitely sad. I thought, man, Kyrie, I don't care what he does on the court off the court, because on the court, he is just such an unbelievable talent. And I think that you have to appreciate greatness. And like, as much as Kyrie is like can be a complete head case and just put cameras on him and say the dumbest things and get himself in the most trouble for just being so ignorant. If he would just shut up and dribble, right? If he would just, if he would just like keep himself out of the controversy, he's like arguably one of the greatest ball handlers of all time. And so he's a complete joy to watch. But yeah, absolutely. The Celtics fans are going to absolutely give it to him. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if you know everything about what happened, Brett, if you were like following all that stuff closely, but Kyrie, they have like an event where all the crowd comes together at the Garden before the season starts. He's like, if you'll have me, I'd love to resign here, right?
It was so sweet. It was so sweet. It was so sweet.
And everyone's cheering. And
so, I mean, if somebody kind of stabs you in the back like that, it is just sports, and we are rooting for laundry at the end of the day. But
it's still our sports and it's our laundry, right?
But yeah, it's our laundry, damn it.
Yeah, it's my laundry. I'll wash it when I want. It's kind of like those special playoff socks, those playoff jock straps we all used to wear.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I don't have playoff jock strap. What is that?
Oh, you didn't play in a sport where you really needed it, I guess.
Playoff jock.
No,
Brett, were you a catcher?
Because like in baseball, you got to wear a cup to protect yourself. So if you're on a run, you don't wash it, you let it ride. It's like your special socks. If you're undefeated on the year, are you really washing your socks?
Man, I never believed in any of that stuff. You know why? Because I did the work, man. I did the work. I didn't need superstitions.
That's why you hit the shot over. Who was it?
I did hit the shot
right?
over
Scottie
Pippen.
Pippen.
That's
I know, but
that's because I put in the work.
Dennis Rodman with colored hair and Treat just like. Whoop.
I still don't. Yeah, I still have the underwear. I never.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You never washed them again.
Yeah. Anyway,
like, okay, this is why I haven't been on the show.
No, but I think what I want to just say, just to finish off there, is like these storylines are what going to make these finals so good. Because I don't know about you guys, but I love a good storyline in sports. I love treating NBA as if it's the WWF.
Right? Well, it's like in Discord, the day that y'all swept, right? And then we're waiting, we lose a game, and then all of a sudden it's all like, oh, all the talk's coming. And the day we win, I got like 7 DMs saying, we're going to kick your butt, but no matter what, you're going to hear the worst welcome back for Kyrie ever. They're like people going off on Kyrie, and I'm like, I hope y'all only focus on Kyrie the whole series. Like, I hope your hatred stays with him and lets Luka hide in the corner and hit some threes.
Yeah,
but,
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
So the Mavs love everyone. We don't hate KP.
You don't hate KP. That's what I was wondering.
I really liked him. I did want him to go.
Right.
Like I was a fan. But so we don't hate him. We just want him to lose this.
So there won't be the same kind of anger at KP.
No, when he comes home, we'll just say hi. Good to see you and have a great day.
You got to feel for our guy. You got to feel for our boy Grant Williams, right?
Oh man, he's gonna win a ring though, right? He'll win a ring either way.
Let's go.
What? That's a good question. Well,
won't he?
No, because he signed with the Mavericks before the season.
Oh, was it before the season
started?
It
was. Yeah,
he wasn't. I
thought for some reason in my head, I thought it was like just post that.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was like early in the season that he got shipped over.
Right.
No, I think he signed as a free agent, didn't he?
You could be right.
I don't. I may be wrong about that.
I was better at googling and multitasking.
But it does kind of suck, doesn't it? It does kind of suck for him.
You go to the Hornets of all teams.
Oh God! What, Brett? What happened? Why didn't he fit in Dallas?
I don't know that it wasn't as much as him not fitting as us wanting to create something different.
Huh.
It just wasn't it wasn't the vibe. It wasn't the guy that we were looking for. Huh. We needed, But again, another player that I liked. I mean, he's a good player. He's a veteran, a very strong guy in the locker room.
Maybe I guess they wanted somebody that could contribute more offensively, and Grant would
the defense.
Yeah, I mean defensively he's decent, but he's not a great shooter.
But again, like you said earlier, both of you said it. It's like the league now is you live and die if you're hitting your threes.
Right. That's right.
Like if you don't, any one of our teams that don't make threes in the game is losing, like Tandy said.
Right.
The thing I'm looking forward to is you guys don't have any just no-name, player that's going to light us up. That's the frustrating thing for me is like last year with Max Struss.
A lot of no-name players. All of
a sudden they become the greatest shooters, like Nimrod with the with the patient. Like, it's like, how can we make these guys that aren't are no names into all NBA players for one series? It drives me crazy.
I can't wait till you see the longest tenured Mavs, who a lot of people still don't even know he's been on the Mavs longer than anyone. And I hope if he plays, I hope he lights y'all up. Because I saw a video like local, they did like a Dallas like behind the scenes, and like he's in there just shooting threes. Dwight Powell is who
Dwight Powell.
Who,
I thought you were gonna say Maxi Kleber.
Like, it's over, Dwight Powell. No, why is he still on our team?
Yeah, for us, it's never a guy like that.
I know, because you're like
some guard. It's some guard.
If this is Mystery Alaska, y'all are the New York Rangers, and we're Mystery Alaska. We get it. Well, we're gonna make y'all never forget the Dallas Mavericks this series. This
Well-
isn't gonna be like the regular season games where Kyrie was out one and then it wasn't, like this is, and that's what's so exciting. Like this, looking at your faces, I just want to like shake them and be like, "Are you not so excited?" Like our teams are in the fuck.
Here's my question.
I didn't even say it. They're
Here's
in the
my
freaking
question.
championship. We're in the ship. We're about to battle.
We got to go
Anything
soon.
can happen.
But I got a question.
I'm going to summon a King's hat right now. I can feel it. I'm going to.
Whoa, what just happened?
What, Brett?
Brett just muted himself. He got so excited.
You got so excited.
I was saying, look, if the Dallas Mavericks are going to win the NBA championship,
they're
within
not.
2 seconds, a magical crown will appear on my head. One Mississippi. Oh, it was magic.
Hey, my question is,
Look at that.
all right, game 3 next week, right?
Game 3. You're going to be here. We're going.
Are we going?
Live
Are we
broadcast.
going? Are we going? I'm driving to Dallas. We're going to game 3.
As soon as I win the lotto here in the next few days.
How much are tickets?
Buddy.
How much are tickets?
Well, the good news is they've dropped. It's only, I think, the cheapest ticket's like $1,000 for
$1,000?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Dallas fans were really pissed off.
Oh my god!
Because we have a printout, and the average ticket, like in Boston, was like $800 and something. When they came on sale, I was in queue. I got in a position to buy tickets. The cheapest ticket was $1,550.
Wow.
You had to buy 2.
That is crazy.
Well, 20. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Brett,
$3,500.
if I
I'm looking at SeatGeek right now for you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's dropped. It's like 1,000, right around.
No, it's
1,000.
less. It's less.
Oh, good.
It's 787, which is still a lot of money. But in Boston, somehow it's more expensive in Dallas. It's more expensive in Dallas than it is in Boston. In Boston, the get-in price game 1 $620. Dallas 787.
If I had to pick to go see a game, I would pick to fly to Boston and go. That is an epic experience.
Okay, so what's our plan B? I mean,
Well,
we've got to watch a game.
I have a heated swimming pool. I have 2 60-inch TVs side by side in front of a pool table, ping pong, and darts. I'm gonna have a couple of former NBA/European League players come over, and we're gonna do something. We'll have fun. I have a half basketball court, so we'll do some fun shooting games.
What day? What's the date on game 3?
Game 3. I can't Google. And
I'll tell you right now. It's June.
He's got like 75 TV screens in front of him.
Yeah, June 12th.
That's it.
I want to be like you when I grow
Wednesday.
I have one screen. That's it. I got one screen over here.
Wednesday night.
Your face is going like this. It's like going.
That's a Wednesday
the
night.
biggest screen ever.
I'm gonna pretend I got 12 screens here.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. You're living in the Matrix and half the world.
It's gonna have to probably be the game 5. I can't get to Dallas on a Wednesday night.
Look, I'll send Roham's yacht. It'll pick you up. We'll put on a trailer. They can trailer it here so you can ride on the yacht.
The 14th, I could probably make happen.
Well, look, family comes first. City of Bryant comes second, and getting to a Dallas Boston watch party is third.
Okay.
So
now here's something.
What if I come up there? I mean,
Celtics win the first 3. Those tickets are going to be drop in price. That's the plan. Celtics are up 3-0. Tickets in Dallas plummet. I'm driving down the 14th.
That's a good idea.
Hey, look, I'll make this. I can't even believe I'm doing this. Look, Treat. Look, yes. I know you got close. If it's not happening, it's not, dude.
It's gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. I will get us tickets. If the Celtics sweep Dallas 3 games in a row, I'll get you and I tickets to go to game 4.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Wow.
Yes.
This will be aired right after game 7, folks.
No, I am I'm going to an NBA Finals game.
You gotta get yourself
this
here.
This is the greatest day of my life. Yes.
I can't wait till Dallas is up 3-0 and you call me and you're like, I guess I'm going to buy us tickets to
No,
go see Game
I
4,
didn't.
Brett.
No, first, you're not going up 3-0. And second,
neither are you,
just
bro.
promised me tickets when we're up 3-0.
Absolutely. Worst case scenario, I get to see an amazing game for that Dallas would obviously win with one of my best buddies. Like, if that's a loss in a deal, then you don't know what a deal is. You know what I mean?
Well,
the silly little thing called TopShot brought us all together, and
that's a hell of a deal.
It's crazy. Speaking of TopShot, I don't know. I know we don't have a lot of time left, but Tandy, I know you get more questions and information that I love. By the way, shout out. I know we're on CNC, but if you have check Tandy, like, dude, Tandy man
Tandy's
stuff.
the best.
Only man I don't like
if you're not watching Tandy, if you're not watching Tandy,
you get so much donations because you're that awesome, dude.
Tandy's the GOAT. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. What's up on redemptions? Is it something like you've heard so much about it? Like you've got so many different views. Like what's your view? Give us some. How about this? Tell us something that you haven't said a ton of times in your stuff. Like give us something raw. Give us raw Tandy. Tandy.
I mean, you're looking for some like amazing strategic play with redemptions. I think the thing about redemptions is like we're a little late in the game. That's the only thing. Like if you're trying to make a play with redemptions at this point, if you're trying to play pure upside, then you buy Mavericks just because there's way less supply of it. If you want to buy the winning team, you buy the Celtics.
I asked the question.
The GOAT is spoken.
But the point is, like, if you buy Celtics and when they win, those moments aren't going to fluctuate a whole lot. Like that redemption won't fluctuate a whole lot. If you buy a rare redemption of the Celtics, maybe it might fluctuate a little bit. But if, God forbid, somehow the Mavericks win it all, those redemptions will see a much larger spike. However, I don't think it's like the best. If I'm telling you like whether or not you should like play this game and go pick up redemptions right now, I would say it's a little late in the game. Like you had weeks behind us that you could have played these up and downs.
For instance, more than 2 series because we found out before it started. So you've had a long time.
Right.
Now, do you have some Celtics redemptions?
I don't. I basically just played the speculation game. You guys, I know you guys like collecting.
No. I always like asking. You know,
it's all good.
3-ball in the WNBA chat. He's like so excited about WNBA packs, and he never gets one.
Yeah.
Now I buy them, and I don't say anything. So I get it.
No, it's all good. I mean, obviously, like there's a lot of ways to play or collect or do whatever you want on NBA Top Shot. I think that's part of what makes NBA Top Shot kind of fun and interesting. But I really like the speculative part. I mean, you can definitely get burned, but if you play cleverly and you play sort of within your risk, it's pretty fun. So like what I did personally is when those redemptions came out and the Timberwolves were $50, and I just thought to myself, well, $50, you're at the very worst, you're going to get a rare moment, possibly of Anthony Edwards, where the lowest price rare moment of Anthony Edwards at that moment was like $80. So I'm like, well, that seems like a pretty win-win situation.
Yeah, that's
so like,
it.
I like being able to, you just use the old noggin. So I like making those kind of sort of speculative plays where the upside is reasonably high and the downside isn't so terrible.
If you can teach me more of that, I would appreciate it. Maybe we should have one of our after dark talks and you can just do I'm going to talk to you about Top Shot using what's called something different, logic. Like I think a lot of people, Top Shot and logic don't always go together, myself included, right?
Well, you just it's like anything else, you know. Imagine if they were physical cards. You just got to spend within your means, because I sure as hell didn't when I got started, and I felt the brunt of that, and I think a lot of people probably got that dizzy in the head and like start going nuts. But you know, once you mature a little bit, the same way the Celtics are maturing after that after that recent finals berth, you got to mature. You got to feel like you've been there before and be a little more thoughtful
and get the wins.
Yeah, get the wins.
Question, and I know it's going to be an easy answer for y'all. I just don't know the team as well as I should for the Celtics. How many players on the Celtics have won a NBA championship before?
Well, obviously Drew Holiday did.
Right.
That's it.
Is that the only one?
That's it. Nobody else.
Yeah, they got to win it for Al Horford, basically.
They do.
I know. And it's so sad because I want to see the guy win one, even though
Mavericks are just Kyrie, right?
That's what I was trying to think in my head. I think it's only one. I don't think anyone else has won one. So
yeah, that's kind of crazy, actually, when you think
fact
about
that
it.
Both teams only have one person that's won an NBA championship.
That is crazy, actually.
Yeah,
it is. That's cool.
See? We talk crazy here on CNC.
Crazy. Hey, great show, guys. We're gonna have to wrap it up before Three Ball yells at us for going too long. Tandy,
that's true.
Thanks for joining us, bro. It was a good time. And King, I love you. I'm so freaking excited. June 14th, I will be in Dallas, Texas at an NBA Finals game watching the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks, courtesy of my good friend, my beloved KingBrett. Thanks, guys. Great show.
Tandy, so great having you on. And very civil call, very civil negotiations and tactics we all through here. A lot of mind games happening. So
mind games.
Treat, Tandy, thank y'all. Just nothing but love.
Good.
Yeah, and I'll say, guys, keep up the great work. I think what you guys do is really important. I mean, it's really nice to see these different pockets of people that come together and sort of have a place to go, have like a little digital home. And I think that you guys have created that, and you guys have done a really good job of that. So kudos to you guys. And I'll see you in the chat on Tandytime Thursdays, 4 p.m. We'll have we'll see you there.
All right. See y'all there. Peace out, guys.
Peace out.
See ya.
Go Mavs.